Once again, it's a great intro, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Welcome to Jude the Podcast. I feel like I got to be kind of reverent in how I'm saying this, but I'm David Jude. I'm your host, as always. I appreciate you being with us. Every like, share, download, and all those things that every listener's given us, we really appreciate your support. With me, as always, the lovely Mrs. Jude the Podcast. Miss Stacy, how are you?
Doing well.
Yeah.
Hope everybody's doing well as well.
That's right. Another exciting night. We have with us, continuing, this will be our last 2026 voter series, and I think we are ending on a high note tonight.
Yes.
Definitely a high note.
Definitely a high note. We have with us Mr. Richard Dumphord,
Thank you, my friend.
the challenger for mayor for the city of Paris.
Yes, sir.
So this is going to be a great episode. Man, we've been talking since last night
Yes, sir.
about what to expect, and it's going to be a good show, isn't
It's
it?
been great. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Awesome tune to bring us in.
And the words, the words to the song.
Yeah.
Like I told you and Stacy that I didn't get it till I came on the property.
Yeah.
And destiny. It's my destiny.
That's right. That's right.
Mayor, winning the mayor's with my destiny.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Well, good tune for us. We'll come back to it, of course. We'll finish out with Destiny
Yes, sir.
here in a little bit.
Sounds great.
Before we get started, I'll just tell you, man, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for spending some time with us.
It is my pleasure to be here. I really appreciate you guys invited me.
Yeah. We'll have a good night, and we'll have a good time out of this.
I hope so. I wish we had some hors d'oeuvres, some chicken wings. So it's all right. Next time.
That's the
next
feedback
time.
from two
Next time.
guests have been like, "Where's dinner?" I was
Was
like,
it food?
"Okay."
We should have went to Indies or something.
Yes. Don't forget my sweet potatoes, though. Sweet potato casserole.
It's a deal. If we do it in November, we'll have a spread.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. That's
We'll be
right.
back. We'll be back.
Well, let's start off the show like we have done with everyone else, because I think it's the right way to start off this particular series. And that's to give you really just an open mic and a platform to talk to everybody and to share with anyone who's listening on why they need to consider you for this particular office and what that looks like. And again, let's just give you the open mic and say, Richard, take it away.
Richard, take it away. And I shall. Hey, again, Stacy and David, I really appreciate you guys having me here. Yeah, I'm running for mayor. I mean, I heard a voice telling me that I need to get out and serve the people, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I know that at the end of the podcast, I'm gonna be able to get some closing statements and anything else I want to add. But I'll just start off by saying that I really believe in the growth that I hear everyone else on the podcast talking about.
Yeah.
I really believe that that we have a chance to really expand Paris-Bourbon County in ways that no one has seen. We can grow. We can make our city better because we're stronger together. I was born and raised in Paris, Kentucky. I'm proud to call this community my home. And after more than 20 years of service at the VA hospital and in the hospitality industry, I retired from there, and God said, "Okay, you're not done with service yet, though." I thought I'd get to go home and rest, fish a little bit, play with some worms, but no. I gotta step into some more service, and I've dedicated my life to serving people, and now I'm ready to serve the city that has raised me. This city is unlike many cities. You know what? You always hear about racial strife and foolishness, but not in our city. Our children love each other, no matter what color they are. The people speak to each other in the community, in the hospitals, in the supermarkets, down the streets. We speak to each other. We don't mean mug. It's Paris-Bourbon County community is a place where love can be seen. You can see it while you're walking. And I'm running for mayor because it's not that I'm against or dislike the people that are at the mayor's seat in my chair right now, but I know that Johnny is ready to really go home and relax himself, and I'm ready to step in. Hopefully, I'll be able to go speak with him, and he let me intern on him for a little while before I get that job. But yeah, I'm running for mayor because I love this. I love this city. I want to bring even stronger leadership that Johnny has given us. I want to bring people together. I want to strengthen the connection between our schools and our community. I just want to create real opportunities for growth. And that's one thing that I see us missing here in Paris. I hated that our people have to leave to go and find work. I hated that we had to leave and go and find a nice restaurant. I hated that we had to leave to go to find some entertainment like bowling or a movie or things like that. And I don't know why those things aren't here, because I'm not in the Mirror City. I'm not downtown. But when I get there, these will be some of the things that I will be bringing up. These are some of the topics that I want to discuss. These are some of the things that I want to put on the table. But the main thing I want to speak about is whatever the people want. I want to be a voice for the people. I feel like the politicians have gotten all the way away from the people and are only interested in politics, only interested in what grows their funds instead of putting money in our people's pockets. And I am not a politician. I'm a peopletician. I am not about the politics.
There's a clip.
Yeah.
I'm about the people. And I'm gonna say this again later, and I'm gonna get to some of the questions that Stacy and David have for me, because I want to hear them. I don't want to talk, because I can talk all this whole hour or 2 hours, because I'm a minister. So we can preach and we can talk. So that's what I bring. I bring many different things to this. I bring the Lord with me. I bring the spirit of love and the spirit of peace with me. But I definitely want to say that we, the people of Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky, as I've been out speaking to us, to my people, I've learned that you guys want growth. You want to see us with more. You want to see us being able to do the things that I mentioned previously. And I've told you before, and I'm telling you one more time. You have all the power to have everything you want. You just don't use it. It's time to use it. Many things that I want to do, but I cannot do this without you. I need your votes, every one of them. The power of the people is stronger than the people in power. We are stronger together. Y'all remember that. We are stronger together. That's all I got right now, brother.
We can almost end the show right there. No, we got a lot more
We've
to
been
go.
schooled.
We got a lot more to go. I tell you said something that one, hasn't been said, and two, I think needed to be said, and that is, our citizens, our people, our community get along.
Yes, sir.
And nobody here mean mugs. You can walk down the street. Everybody speaks. Yep. Now, it doesn't mean everybody loves everybody.
That's right.
But everybody speaks, and everybody's welcoming in their place. And you don't get that everywhere. So we still have that charm.
Yeah, man.
So it's pretty exciting to hear you say that.
Yeah, we do. I mean, you can go to other cities and you can see it. You can see the difference. I mean, I've been in different, I lived in Paris all my life, but I lived for a short time in Indianapolis, Indiana. And I was afraid to walk places because in my own neighborhood or even outside my neighborhood, because of the people, how they looked at me and how I felt threatened. But I've been all over the place. But I've never seen a place like Paris, Bourbon County, where it's just so much. We can be a model city for so many other cities just by that alone.
Yeah.
But once we start to beautify it and once we start to bring it up and grow it, people will come here more and they'll get to see. And then our population will probably increase. More people will live here and move here because they want to be somewhere where they feel safe. They want to be somewhere where their children are safe. They can go to schools together and learn different diversity, different ethnic things or whatever. But this is a city of one city, one love. The Bible talks about one Lord, one faith, one baptism in Ephesians. But our city, one vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All love.
We've had a lot of guests on here talk about a neighboring city, and I don't want to go down that path because we need to get to your information, but a really rapid growth just west of us in Georgetown.
Oh, yeah.
And but they've also had a rapid growth in some of the other behaviors and activities that we don't want here I'm going to say a criminal activity.
Yes, sir.
And we don't have that here.
No, we don't.
So you're hitting on the right topic, I think. We're still a very safe city.
Yes, sir.
You still feel very comfortable walking downtown, doing the shopping, the visiting, whatever you do. And whatever that growth comes, and I think it is, we got to keep that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to have good policing. When you grow, different people are going to come. Some of the people are not going to be born and raised in Paris, Bourbon County.
Right.
So they're not going to have the same upbringing as us, but with switches and act right and yes, sir, and no, sir, and things like that. So they're going to be different. That's why we have to make sure that our police force is ready for the growth. So as we grow, our police force needs to grow. We need to have more guys on the streets who are going to protect us and serve us. Not so much as like just ride around and harass you, because that doesn't happen here in Paris, Bourbon County, baby.
Right.
That doesn't happen here. They'll ride past you, they'll wave at you. I wave at officers all the time, and they wave back. Some of them mean mug you in other cities. They wave back. And so as we grow, our force would have to grow to protect us from things like that. But that cannot stop us. We cannot let the fear of what's going to come with the good.
Yeah.
Because every time you got good, there's going to be some bad. We just got to be able to handle it. And I think the Paris can handle it.
So you're thinking about hiring a private investigator, huh? Think knowledge, experience, and trust. Think DPJ Consulting. Listen, we're the folks you want on your team. Whether it's a criminal matter, corporate, or administrative issue, or maybe something more personal, you need to make the right choice for you. Our house of expertise at DPJ Consulting can help you with investigations, and that could mean a whole lot of different things. Pre-employment background checks, personal VIP security, and so much more. Check us out at dpjconsulting.com. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, or give us a call at 855-TEAM-DPJ. That's 855-TEAM-DPJ. Give us a call. It costs nothing to talk. It costs you everything if we don't. Yeah, I do too. Listen, you outlined a little bit in your opening comments about your career in service,
Yeah,
and the ways that you've been serving. Now, you also said something interesting, that you retired from the service industry. Sir. So why run for mayor? Man. You could be fishing. You could be playing with worms, as you said. Why run for mayor?
Man, because the city needs a voice. The city needs a new face. The city needs new leadership. The city needs something new. And that voice in my little head, I'm led by the Spirit all the time. I never jump into anything unless it's like a basketball game. And I'm only playing half court, but I never jump into things like this so big without it being sent to me or ordained already. I just recently announced my calling to become a preacher at my church, the Prodigal's House here in Paris, Kentucky. And I fought that for 20 years. I ran from that call until the Lord said, you got to do this because it's going to affect your family. And so I did it, and I answered my call, and I've been preaching. And so with the same way, I heard the same voice said, I need you to do this because this is about your people. Now we're talking about the people as a whole, the people on the north side of town, the south, east, and west side of Paris, Kentucky, is who the God that I speak with told me that I need to serve. And so, hey, that's what I'm doing. I'm here to tear down strongholds. I'm here to kick down doors. So even if I do not succeed in winning the mayorship, someone that looks like me, someone who doesn't think that they should be able to run for this mayor position will see, well, God, Richard Grand, maybe I should run too, because we need to teach our children that they don't have to leave Paris, Bourbon County to serve. We need to show them that they can serve here. They can run for magistrate here. They can run for commissioner here. They can run for judge here. They can run for mayor here. So I'm running for mayor to let people know, because I'm being watched a lot. And when you're under a microscope and you're being watched a lot, people want to see what you want to do. So my legacy, I want to make sure that I leave a legacy that people looked at and said, I want him to be like Richard. I want everyone to be like the Lord, but if I do something positive enough and good enough, and it makes someone want to strive for better, I often say, reach for the stars, but if you fall a little short, the sky ain't bad.
Yeah.
So I want someone to be able to see that they can reach for the stars.
Yeah, man.
So that's why I'm running for mayor.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
reaching for the stars, man.
I love it. I love it. I really do. So tell us about the role of mayor. We've challenged every candidate to come in and say, tell us about the office and what's your view of what that office looks like.
My view of what it
What's the
looks
mayor?
like.
What's the mayor's office?
Hey, and, I brought some notes because I had a feeling about this mayor.
He did bring.
I brought some notes. I brought some notes. You never want to be unprepared. Nothing wrong with notes, people. Notes got us through school.
Yeah.
So listen. So I wanted. It's funny that you said it because I marked a few things that I wanted to hit on about the mayor. So this is a great question. The mayor's duties involve leading city administration, acting as the public face, working with the city council to set policy, often serving as the chief executive who oversees budgets, ensures laws are enforced, manages departments like police, public works, appoints key staff, and represents the city to other governments and the public. That's what the mayor's main things with his key responsibilities: chief executive, policy and legislation, public representation, council leadership, financial oversight, enforcing laws. So this is what the mayor does. The mayor does a lot of things, but I won't fully understand exactly what I need to do. This is what this paper says. I get it.
Yeah.
But I want to know exactly what I need to do unless I sit in that seat so I can see what's going on in the city, so I can see what we need to be doing to move funds from here to here to fix this, or here to here to fix this. So the mayor's job is to make sure that the city as a whole is ran effectively, and to make sure that he holds everybody accountable for their jobs. City, streets, policemen, everybody, do your jobs to make our city better. His main job is to bring the people together. And we're not doing that, though. We're not bringing them together. We're just policing them, or we're just policing them. But we need our people to come out and enjoy their city. There's so many more things that the mayor can do besides these little simple duties. And these duties are major because we represent people. We represent the whole city. So that's why when people see me, then I'm dressed in suits, or dressed instead of jeans and things, because I don't know who I'm going to see. Some people say that your first impression means everything. So I could come in a sweatsuit. I can come in some jeans with hose, but that's my first impression. But I want you to see me in my element. I'm going to come dressed in a suit. I'm going to come dressed nice. But if I'm outside playing basketball, I'm going to come with some shorts.
Well, sure.
And depends on where I'm at.
Yeah.
But the mayor's job, brother, is to make sure that this city is growing, and to make sure that we're listening to the people to see what they want and not just what we want. And that's my thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I have things every 3-4 months. I'm going to have meetings with the people. Come and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Come and tell me what I can work on. Come and tell me what you need, so we'll know exactly what we should be focused on. Like I said, I'm not focused on politics.
Yeah.
Because we got enough politicians. I'm a peopletician. I'm about the people.
We're going to use that in the show notes.
You
The
use that, you hear
peopletician.
me? You can use that for free, brother. Don't cost nothing.
Well, speaking of what the people want, that's really it's a nice segue for us to get into the point of the questions that we have for you tonight.
All right.
Now, this comes from our survey, so we'll talk about that in just a second. Did you see our survey?
I seen it. I glanced over it. I didn't read all the questions.
But did you take the survey when it was out?
I did not take it.
Okay.
I did not take it. I almost took it last night, but it was closed.
Yeah, we closed
and
it.
So, and I apologize, guys, that I didn't get to take that survey. I don't think I looked. I think I looked at it too late.
Well,
because of
a lot of people didn't take
I'd love
it.
to still take one and maybe mail it into you guys so you can see what my thoughts are.
Well, we're getting ready to get your thoughts
Yeah.
on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting those live.
You're going to get them anyway now. Oh, Lord.
But we had several candidates that chose not to take
Yeah,
it intentionally.
Oh, really?
Almost all of them. I mean, we only had a few that took it.
Yeah, that's true.
I thought most of them said they didn't want to skew the data.
Skew the data.
Some said, listen, I've been in government and I have, knowledge because I've been in this position for so long that I didn't want to answer the questions because I was afraid it would skew the data.
Yeah.
And and the others had said, I'm running for office, and they used the same answer. And that's fine. Whatever the reasons
I
are.
don't even know what that means, but okay.
Right. Yeah.
Skew the data.
Yeah.
It's just your opinion on something. But I guess if it skews the data and messes up something,
I
No.
appreciate
I'm out of that. I don't know anything
know.
about that.
Both the county and the city, the responses seem to be everybody's focused on the same thing, and that's what we were talking about. Is we share a lot of this. We may come from different backgrounds,
Yes,
but we
ma'am.
all still are sharing the same concerns.
Yes, ma'am.
So we put the survey came out, and we only had it out for just a couple weeks for people to take. We knew we wanted to have the candidates come on, and then at that point, some of these races we're trying to get to the primary, which is May 19th or something.
Coming up, yeah.
And so we had a timeline to say,
That's right.
Well, by the time you squeeze everybody in, we couldn't leave the survey open for a long time. But at any rate, our goal was, well, we'd love to have had everybody take it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry again.
No, it's
I
okay.
apologize.
It doesn't work that way, right? So then we set a goal for ourselves to say 100 people. Can we get 100 people to take it?
Yeah.
And we got to 97. So I'm tickled. I'm thrilled with
That's
that.
great.
Seriously, I'm glad with
Really?
that. I was afraid we'd have 10.
That's not
Right.
97.
Yeah, 97 is pretty
almost
good.
got to 1,000.
Yeah, that's right. So we're pretty happy with it that we were able to get it there. And let me say this: my company donated the resources for it. It's just our way of volunteering to take the survey, to release the data to the public, to have conversations with the candidates.
Yeah.
And by the way, and we'll have a link in the show notes to the survey data for anyone that's interested. But
Good.
they're posted on our website, dpjconsulting.com. There'll be a drop-down menu there for PBC voter data, I think it is. Anyway, you can find them. Mm-hmm. But we'll have a link in the show notes for Richard's show.
Yes.
And you can look at these same questions and answers that we're getting ready to pose to him.
Yeah, and if you want to ask, well, I'm going to answer them anyway, aren't I?
Yeah, you're getting ready to.
I mean, you answer me.
Yeah, you're getting ready to answer some of them. So, so we're going to start with question number 13 on the survey.
Ooh.
And Stacy has up on the screen up there for you to look at.
Ooh.
And so question 13 says, generally, are you satisfied with the direction of the city of Paris? Now, I'll share with you the ones that we're going to ask you about.
Okay, good.
Took a little bit of time before we started getting positive responses, right?
Yeah.
Now, we don't know who took the survey. Completely anonymous. We didn't track any of that.
Yes.
But it took a little bit. So as you see up here,
Yes.
the yeses are half of the no's and the majority somewhat, right? Mm-hmm. For me, the point of that question is there's not a lot of yeses
Yes,
in
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
My first question to you is this. When you see that piece of data, the answer to that question, what's your reaction to this?
Not shocked.
We are so glad to have Ugly Tent as a sponsor to the show. My longtime friend Kenny Dietrich is a subject matter expert in modern survival, bushcrafting, and preparedness. As he challenges on the show, be prepared for the disaster most likely to happen to you. But let me tell you, Ugly Tent is so much more than just disaster preparedness. You need to check out the website at uglytent.com. That's UGLYTENT.com for a complete list of their products, their classes, and all the services that Kenny offers. There's a lot that I think you'll find interesting at uglytent.com. Again, just a neat place to go. So whether it's for camping, maybe it's a hike, maybe it's just trying to be in the outdoors for a little bit, uglytent.com is filled with the products and the services that you want. Not to mention you have a true expert as a resource for you. Listen, while you're there, use the promo code JUDE. That's lowercase JUDE. And that code will get you 10% off your total purchase. That's a pretty good deal for some really cool stuff. Anyway, check out Kenny at uglytent.com.
And I say that because I've been on the campaign trail. I've been talking to the people. And if I've spoken with 50 people, 30 of them were very dissatisfied with the lack of growth in our city and the lack of how their money's been spent. And so I'll say I'm not shocked. And this is the reason why we need new blood there. This is the reason why we need a new face there. Because if that many people are somewhat satisfied and 26, no, not satisfied, but only 13, that's something that's very important. That's something that needs to go to the top of the board to see what do we do to make our people love their city again. Because a lot of them are not satisfied with the direction of the city.
Yeah.
And why is that? We need to dig deeper to ask them, why are you not satisfied? What is it? So maybe some of these other questions are about that.
They are.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm sure they are.
so the we did get a lot of comments, but then we actually
I'm not shocked.
tried to make everybody go into what's issues are most important to you, and it could be negative or positive. And Bourbon County and the city had the two top things. They were just in reverse order. So for the city of Paris, it was things to do
Wow.
and growth. And then for the county, it was growth and things to do.
Well,
So it's for the whole place, it's the same two top issues. So those were some of the information that we got
yes, ma'am.
regarding their priorities, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Yes, ma'am. I definitely want to see this. I hope I can get the copy of this so I can actually look at it when I get home.
Yeah.
Sure.
But you know, without me even looking at that part, this is what I see. And as I was taking notes, I've underlined growth 17 times from all the candidates that came. And as I listened to them, William Rich for magistrate, wanted growth. Louis Emmons, Bourbon County magistrate, growth. Zach Jones, growth. Tim Gray, growth. It goes on and on. As I listen, I mean, they were on the same page as me. And so this lets me know that when I get there in my job, when I get to my seat as the mayor and I'm sitting in that seat, I'm going to know exactly what our number one goal is, because everybody's going to be on the same board. We all want growth. So whatever I can do, and I don't know what the previous leadership did, and I'm speaking that like that. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they're doing to change those things, but I know that when I get there, this is definitely going to be on the table, because this is what the people want: growth, things to do.
Well, it really
Things to do,
highlights
growth.
Go ahead. It really highlights why we did the survey.
Yes, sir.
Right, because we had never seen a platform or a set of information that comes out to say, this is what your voters are saying. Now, I know you as a candidate, and you know a lot of people, and you're connected.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're having those conversations. We're not, but I'm sure you are. But we hadn't seen it in a publicly accessible place to say, your voters, our community have said these things. Growth has been talked about since we've been here. We came in 99, I think.
yeah, we've been here 27 years.
Yeah. But it's never really been to where we can actually see
The growth.
the voters talk about, this is what's on my mind.
Yes, sir.
That's what led us to do the survey and to do the podcast is
Great
so,
job, guys.
Here it is.
Well, it's been interesting because, like, when we first did move here, the growth was always a huge topic, and everybody, quote, fights everything. But then, like, one of the last, so we've been here 27 years, one of the last, I don't know if it's city council meeting or something I was listening to, and kind of how I took it away is listening to was it building permits or something like that, that we actually could see that there were 110 units built. Well, that's the first
metric,
or that you could grab to say, okay, well, there were 110 units, which some of them were duplexes or apartments or whatever, but there was actually some growth with housing, small and controlled, to where you could get people in here that it was tangible. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You saw a tangible statistic that, yes, there was a little bit of growth going on, but the population's still the same.
That's right.
If not more, we've lost a little bit.
We lost maybe
there's 1,000 or something like that.
Almost close to that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And I wonder why. I like to speak to them to know why. I don't know. It's because maybe children moved away, so they wanted to be with their children, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But I saw that as well. Yeah. And I don't like that. I don't want our city to get down to 500 people because there's nothing for them to do here. So they'd rather just go somewhere else and live.
And that speaks to me a lot because we've always, obviously, we're very, very much in favor of growth, and not everybody is.
Yes, ma'am.
But, coming from where my grandparents had a barbershop in Eastern Kentucky, there's nothing in that city now other than a courthouse and a jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything's closed down. And so they fought growth, or were too small for growth. It was literally a main street and that was it. Yeah. And so we see firsthand what can happen if you don't try to strive for a little bit of growth or a little bit of, sustainability to where people stay.
Yes, ma'am.
And so,
we have so much potential here for growth.
Yeah, I agree.
This is such a beautiful county. There's so much land that we could use. And, it's one thing that I want to do in the long-term thing, but I'm not going to speak of it now because, people don't want to hear that. But and I've learned that, but I'm not going to speak on that. I'll let you know later.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, guys, we can do more. We really can do a whole lot more if we just listen to the people. You guys listen to the people and did the survey, and look what you got. I mean,
we got information.
That's how easy it is to get the information. Information is key.
That's right.
Information, and once you get the information, what do you do with it?
Well, let's roll right into that.
Let's jump
once
to
again,
that
brother.
question.
How about that? I'm
like
with
you're
you.
Looking at the notes.
We're on one accord.
Yeah, that's right. So, question 21 on the survey. That's where we're going to jump to next.
Yes, sir.
And this question is: do you feel informed on Paris infrastructure, city business projects, roads, water, et cetera? Because all you hear, not all you hear, but often you hear backdoor deals and closed door deals and all these type of things.
Mostly on social media.
Mostly on social
yes,
media.
ma'am. Yes, sir.
So that was the reason for this question, to say, do you feel informed? And once again, look at that split to say there's more sometimes than no's than there are yeses.
That's right. These numbers. These numbers should bother our leadership. I'm not even at my job yet, and it's already bothers me that what I'm going to have to deal with when I get there. But it's okay.
That's right.
I don't mind that.
So,
but yeah, we. I mean, people don't. Everybody does not read the paper, and everybody's not on social media. That's why my idea of every 3 or 4 months meeting with the people to inform them and to get their thoughts is excellent. And I'm giving too many ideas away here.
Well,
you're going to steal it and run.
Once again, you're listen, for those listening, he does not have the agenda in front of him.
I do not.
But you're right on the next 2 questions, and the question is this. The first one is, is the information, about infrastructure and projects and growth and all these things that we're talking about, is the information out there for the public can see and learn?
Or is it?
You know what?
It's part 2.
Well, I got a
I
two-part
think it
question
might be out there, but a lot of people just don't have the means to get it. It's in the paper, maybe it's on social media, but a lot of people don't do those things. Some people might not even know how to read. How we know, right? How we know.
Yeah.
And so this is for our elderly community. They might not know. And so even some younger people, but it's out there, but it's not easy to find, I don't think. Like me, for instance, I'm always got a bunch of junk in my house, and I'm a hoarder. Sometimes my wife's like, "You're a hoarder," and so I'm trying to throw away old stuff.
You're a collector.
I'm trying to throw away old stuff, and I can never find out what day it is for the large trash pickup. Nobody can tell me. So yeah, I think it's out there, but it's not easily accessible. It's not easy to find. So we need to work. Yeah.
So here's a 2-part question to follow that up. Right.
Come on with it.
2-part question is this: is it the city's responsibility to inform the public, or is it the public's job to become informed?
Whoo-wee.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. I'm going to start with the city. The city cannot worry about what the public's responsibility is when it comes to the city. The city's responsibility is to make sure that the people get the information. So I'm going to always say there's our jobs to make sure that the city is making sure that the people are informed. Do everything you can when you change something or when you're doing something to inform the people. It's not the public's response. I mean, you know what? It's our responsibility to stay up on things. Yes, it's our responsibility to, if you want to know about something, then go find out for yourself. If you want to know about things, go to the library and read about it. If you want to know what's going on in the city, buy a newspaper and read it. Ask somebody or go. The meetings are open. The meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays, those meetings are open to the public. The public can go and sit in these meetings to find out what's going on. The public has an opportunity to ask questions. They have an opportunity to bring up things, new business. And so it's a 50-50 things. But if we all work together and make sure that we're all getting it together, because we're stronger together. So we have to figure out a way to work together to make sure that it doesn't fall on the city and it doesn't fall on the public, because we're already informed, because we're working together in the middle there.
Yeah.
We have to find a middle ground to see what the city can do better to inform the people. And we have to ask the people, what can we do better to inform you? And once it's out there, once the city does everything they can do, then it's on the public. And once the public does everything that it can for the city and the city doesn't respond to them, then that's on the city.
That's another problem.
That's another problem.
So we've tried to own that. You know, as we said before we started, hit the record button.
Okay, answer that good.
You know, we used to be pretty involved, and we always felt fairly involved.
Yeah.
But recently we haven't been. But we're taking ownership to say, I think the information's probably out there in some form or fashion, but
you just have to seek it out.
Yeah, we have to take ownership to say, I have to seek it out. You're not going to drive to my house and say, this is what the minutes of the meeting are.
Right.
Or this
exactly.
is something that we're considering, but you're going to put it out there as mayor.
Yes, sir.
And then, like you said, 50-50. It's a two-way street.
Yes, sir.
We got to go find it too. So,
well, I felt like that was a lot of this. Some of the on these hot topic questions that we have asked is, you know, you see this frenzy on social media, but then when we literally have asked the question, we got the answer. I mean, we just asked and we got the answers. Right. And so I was like, it's very easy to go down that path of just everybody jumping on a negative blame game or whatever. That, I mean, we owned it. We didn't know half this stuff until we started asking questions, and we learned so much. But
so yeah, it's 50-50 thing. And I mean, it's out there. All these things are free for you to go. But a lot of times though, a lot of the people work. And so when you have the meetings downtown, and that's another thing that I want to do too. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but when I become the mayor, but the time that we have the meetings, it's early in the morning. A lot of people work. 75 of our population probably work. They're at work 9 to 5. And if they work the graveyard shift, they don't want to get up at 9 o'clock and come to the meeting. And so, and I think it's televised. I think that they can go back and watch it. But when you're at a meeting, it's better. Yeah, but yeah, that's something to work on for sure. So yeah, I won't ramble too much.
Yeah. So, I mean, seems like you have a grasp on what that is, and you'll have a plan to implement that when you get there. Okay, well, we're going to kick it up just a notch.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So we're going to jump down to talk about some of this growth that you have brought up, and other candidates have too. But we're going to talk about business a little bit.
Okay.
And before we get to the questions, we're going to share with you this, is that we don't know who took the survey.
Yes, sir.
And because of that, you don't know how valid the data really is, right? Because
that's right.
It should be 100 people that hate the town.
That's right.
You don't know how valid it really is.
Who's doing this poll?
But when we got down here to these business questions, the thing that jumped out to us was the responses. I think this is on 65 there. Question 65 says, do you or have you owned or operated a small business in Paris and or Bourbon County? And it was nearly a 50-50 split. So to us, that data says these are people that have actually owned a business. Yeah. So when I ask you the next questions, there's some validity to these responses. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's exactly right. And so, all right, now let's get you on the hot seat here for a second.
Hot seat.
Question 61 that we asked says, would you consider the city of Paris to be business friendly? Now, before you answer, I'm going to tell you it took a while before we started getting positive answers into this category. And you can see, it ended up fairly well split, but it's still leaning on the negative side here. Mm-hmm. So I guess my first question to you on this question, in your opinion, is Paris business friendly?
Hey, now this.
Are you deferring this question?
I'm not going to defer it. I'm going to answer this.
You looked at me like I was crazy.
I'm going to answer this, Stace. I'm going to try to answer it. Is Paris business friendly? Not to everybody.
Good answer.
By speaking with some people, I don't see where they're business friendly to everybody, where they are so inviting to let everybody come and open a business. I think they used to be business friendly. I used to see little small businesses opening up, and I think we might have grants for them or whatever. But I don't see that anymore. But I do see a lot of foreign businesses coming in, and I see it, and I don't want to sound bad, but I'm just saying that when I see businesses open in Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky, a lot of the businesses that are opening don't look like the Paris, Bourbon County, Kentuckians that I grew up with. And I'm not trying to discriminate against anybody. I'm just saying that there has to be a way for us, and I don't know if we even have it down there, but we have to have a way to offer grants to people who live in Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky, that if they open up a business here in their hometown, they can somehow get some tax money off or something to encourage them to do it. Because, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. How do we bring our children who will go out to colleges and get all these degrees, how do we offer them to come back and open your business here?
Right.
How do we make Paris business friendly for them to come back and use their degree here? And so,
so that's I
don't know.
Well, that's a great conversation piece, right? Because you're going to be the mayor.
Yes, sir.
And as I've said to the other candidates, I think in that position, you become an influencer. Yes, sir. I mean, you're going to have the top chair in the whole city. Mm-hmm. So by its nature, you're going to be the influencer to put people in here. And I think from there, what I want to know is, in your mind, what is an attractive business? Now, that could be small business, it could be industry, but as the influencer, as the leader of our town, to you, what's an attractive business for Paris?
Wow. What's an attractive business?
Yeah.
It's going to have to be something that's family friendly to me. It's going to have to be something that the entire family could use. And then as we get those type of businesses, those type of things like what they call it, that place in Lexington by Rupp Arena.
The new.
It's a really big building across the street. What is it called?
Yeah.
It's something like that, you know?
I don't remember. It's got everything in it.
Yeah. Things like that. Things that have a place where you can go in and the whole family can go enjoy it. And then restaurants. That's business friendly. And people want that. And am I answering this question right?
No, you certainly are.
And so, we'd have to start there with family friendly things. And then no more gas stations, for sure. Okay? No more gas stations.
Or if there are, they have to be on Paris Pike or Clintonville Road.
Yes,
because I drive my car on empty.
Out there. Go out there. There's some land out there that you can buy and use.
By the depot. Let's put a gas station there.
And make sure that store, that store is like most of our stores here, they offer more than just gas. You can go in there and buy a bunch of stuff. So,
Hunt Brothers Pizza.
Hunt Brothers Pizza. I endorse Hunt Brothers Pizza.
Yeah, that's right.
I have a really good friend there. I don't know, Rob Maggott, that works there. Yeah. And it's my brother. But yeah, I love Hunt Brothers Pizza. I love those people. I love that the owners, they're Paris alumni, so I love them.
Yep.
Because of that. But yeah, they're a part of the community. Places like that are going to give people jobs in the community. Places that are business friendly are going to be places that offer jobs. We need jobs. We need places where people can actually walk to, or we just need more jobs. Any place that is going to generate a lot of jobs is good. Family friendly is good. Retail stores, women love to shop. Us men don't want them to go all the time, but yeah, they love to shop. Give them a mall.
No, I'm a shopper.
See, don't hang out with me because we'll be shopping, bro.
No, I was going to say, I'm not a shopper.
But I am, man. I love watches and I love suits, of course.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. So from your opinion as the leader, as the visionary for the city.
Yes, sir.
And this is another kind of two-ended question here.
Okay.
Is your opinion that we need to have housing and those things first in order to attract businesses and industry, or do we need to get the industry first in order to then be able to build the houses?
I think the businesses would have to come before the housing because when you get the business, it'll bring in more jobs and people from the outside can come in and move in, but then they have to have somewhere to live. But then, as I say that, if the people are here and the business is here, how do we get people to come in if there's nowhere for them to live? So yeah, brother, that's a good question.
So when we came here, I think Stacy brought it up previously. We had like two choices of a house.
Yes,
that were within our price range. So you can, if you got millions, you can come on.
Of course.
But when we first moved here, we were looking, and he was a cop and I was a nurse. Yes, and so we were looking at just middle income, and there were two houses and they were both off Castle Boulevard. That was it. Yes, there was nothing else. That was it. There was no housing. And I was 9 months pregnant. Yeah. So you better be finding me a house quick.
Yeah, you better hurry up.
I did. I got her here.
Yeah, man. See? We need it. We need it.
What's your thoughts on the new park?
Oh boy,
which
Stoner Creek,
the one that they're talking about.
Yeah, I know that one out there that's within the mother mouth of another park. But yeah,
you listening to Dave or something?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Totally against it. I'm the mayor, and I can say this: that the county wanted that park. Something happened, now you want the city to eat your funds. I disagree with that. I don't think that we need to do that because we didn't need another park anyway. If you make it make sense to me, though, I'm willing to sit down and listen. I know we've had meetings and things like that, but see, and that's another thing with these meetings that we have and these boards that they form. You got to be more diverse. You got to have more diversity in these places. The chamber, it needs to be more diverse. These boards that they put around the counties and the city that they want people to go to or to look at land and come up with ideas. You got to make sure those things are diverse. You got to include everybody in the city. You got to go out into the city and find people that. Why is everybody got to be a millionaire on that board? If all millionaires are on that board, then they're only going to think like millionaires. We need people that, are common people who work for a living and would think of better ways to spend the money than on another park. We have Chief Reed Park, which is overlooked out there in my neighborhood where I grew up, and I got something to say about that later. We have Garrett Park, which is overlooked, and they barely take care of it. They only use it sparingly. And then we have the Legion Park, and so many changes that went out there with that park, and then y'all want another park. make it make sense to me. So at this point right now, it makes no sense for us to have another park.
Are you saying because of that, the price tag that's been bounced back and forth, or is there more to it for your answer there?
Not only because of the financially, because that land could have been used for. Why couldn't we use that land to make something for our youth? I mean, I know a park is for our youth, but there's so many other parks. We could have built something there. That's so much land right there. It could have been a huge family place that's indoor or a dome, that indoor and outdoor, that we could have all kinds of like arcade games in there for them, and restaurants in there for them, more jobs. And if it's a park, what kind of jobs is it going to offer? What kind of jobs is just a park going to offer? What's it bring? Does it bring in money, or is it just out there for the city to pay for it and keep it up? Because we got a lot of things that need the money to go that way instead of us putting it in there.
So I certainly don't want to put words in your mouth, but what I'm hearing is something fresh and interesting to say. It's not that you're so much anti-park. It's, number one, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
And two, how's it helping the city with jobs
Yes, sir.
and tax base and those type of things that come in there? And is there a better use for it because of that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's that you answered my question.
Big, huge
you read that well.
complex
You read that
would
well.
go
So yes,
well
exactly
there.
what I was trying to say.
That's right. That's
Thank you
right.
for filling that information.
Well, and like again, I've got big shoulders, so if
Yes,
I
sir.
say something wrong, tell me. But that's what I was hearing from you.
Yes, sir. That's what I said it in so many ways.
What
And
about the Millersburg Road Park?
Then see, I don't know about this one. Can you?
That's the
one
new
going
sports
toward the drive-in?
complex. Yeah.
This is the one I'm talking about. What other park were we talking about?
The Stoner Creek Park downtown.
See, now I need to get up on the date with that. So I'm gonna change everything that I said about the Stoner Creek Park. And and I know some of the people listening probably saying, "Well, Richard didn't even answer that question." No, I didn't.
No,
and I'll be the first to
you
tell
did,
you.
but I thought it was regarding Stoner Creek.
too.
But you know what? I probably feel the
that's
same way about the Stoner Creek Park, though. That's the thing about it, as I do about the Millersburg Park. Why? Make it make sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This make it make sense to me. Explain to me why we're doing it. I want to know why you need it. And I want to know what it brings. Why do we need this park? Who's it for? Worry about, I guess, right? You're going to say that. And then, does it bring in jobs?
Yeah.
If we're not bringing in jobs, if we're not making everything huge and about our youth, because listen, our youth, what are we doing for our youth? We got plenty of parks for the babies. What are we doing for our teenagers? What are we doing for them? What? I don't want them to have to go to Lexington because whatever. I just don't want them to have to leave their county to go and enjoy themselves, and where their rate of being in danger increases. I'd rather for them to stay home where they'll know everybody there and they'll get along better, because I know we all get along. Maybe there'll be some squabbles every once in a while because he's looking at my girlfriend or something. I don't know. But yeah, the same thing I said about the park, the first one, I say about the second one.
Yeah.
Why? Make it make sense to me. What's it for? And does it bring in any kind of funds to the city?
Yeah.
I don't want to make everything about the funds for the city, but I want to make sure that I'm finding ways to put money back into the people's pockets as best as I can. So the more money I make into the city gives me avenues to put money back into the people's pockets.
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, that's what it's for, right?
Yeah.
It's about
Business.
You got to have money in order to make the government
Yes,
function.
sir.
So, yeah, absolutely. I think you've answered it in so many ways, but I want to ask the question specifically here. You're going to be mayor here in just a few months.
Amen.
We're going to manifest it, right?
Yeah, we're
Speaking of-
manifesting right now.
So you're going to be mayor here in a few months.
Yes, I am.
What goals are you bringing into office?
Goals. What goals do
Yeah.
I have? You know, over my lifetime, I've always been about service. I grew up. There was a Herman Hutzel Sr., like a father to me, raised me when my mother passed away and grandmother. He was a city commissioner, and he always instilled in me to serve the people, to always have a way to give back. So as a mayor, one of my goals, is just to make us stronger. I don't want to answer this question in a vague way. Some of the goals are going to be to find ways that we can occupy our youth's time. They have the YMCA, but what do they have that's here for them to really go out in their own community and say, I'm going to there, and we know where they're going, and they're coming back home. Another goal is to do more for our elderly people. I know we have the nursing home up here, but Paris, Bourbon County is so beautiful. If there's a way for us to move the nursing home to somewhere where it's more land where they can go outside and have walking trails with their families and have picnics over here or beautify the land so they're just not inside there passing away. If there was a way for people to go visit their people in the nursing homes and a nice nursing home community where they can strive, and that's another goal. And then another goal is to make sure that we're taking the money that we have into our city to fund it forever and to make it better for our children and our grandchildren and our grandchildren's grandchildren. I want to make sure that my goals, when I sit with my team and discuss them, and I really won't know all of my goals until I talk to more of the people, because I don't want my goals to be the main thing. I want the people's goals. I want the people's needs. I want the people's wants to be my goals. So until I talk to the people, I won't fully know how to answer that question, but I answered in a little part in what I just said by those things, by investing in the people. My goals is just to invest in the people, invest in growth. I know my answers might be vague because I'm not giving a lot of ideas of how I can do that, but I know there's ways. I know that I plan to form committees who will sit down, and your job is, how do we do this? How do we make money to do this? How do we bring in restaurants? How do we bring in this? How do we bring in this? That's what those committees will be about. That's their jobs, to look and see how do we grow. And your job is to think of ways and how do we bring it in. And then, and we'll discuss them. We'll put them before the people, because we might have a lot of them, and let the people decide what they want first. What do you want first? And if it's feasible for us to do that first, we'll do it. But we gotta make our goals the people's goals. I'm people oriented.
Great answer.
Thank you.
I think you're very honest and sincere in that, to say they're a bit vague. I don't think they were.
Yes, sir.
But you may feel that way, and I thought it was a great answer. It's a great response to that.
Thanks, David.
So we're getting to a place. We have two different things to say. But one, I want to give you an opportunity to talk about any issues that you want here, and then we'll have some closing comments from you at the end. So any topics that we haven't discussed yet that you want to add into the show?
Hey, you know what? I'm going to add in one thing. April 22nd, Earth Day is coming up. And I'm all about the earth, because we're of the earth. I'm all about taking care of the earth. And I'm hoping that I'm going to work with the Voice Movement Center with Terry Dumphord and Nadia Hoots over there to see if we can't do some kind of Earth Day initiative here in Paris. Because here's why. And I wrote some notes because I wanted to make sure that I said these things right. I want to take a moment to talk to the people about the Earth Day initiative and let them know what I'm saying. So it isn't just an event. It'll position us in ways and unique and authentic ways, because it's going to help the people learn about the environment issues. I lived in Paris, and I grew up by the city dump. And and when I was younger, it really didn't hit me. But as I grew older, I understood. But this is dangerous for it to be this close to us. So I don't want people to see me as a politician. I want someone to see me as someone who understands problems firsthand, because I understand them when they come. I want to show leadership, action. Anyone can talk about change, but Earth Day gives people something real to be a part of. I won't be just saying what needs to happen. I'll be bringing the people together to make it happen. And here's some of the things, it's like I don't know how we can do this yet, but I'm still in the process of planning it because it's far away, so I can plan it. But if we can somehow get somebody for his Earth Day to donate some trees or donate bags so people can, because I don't see a lot of people recycling. And I know that there are people who do it on Rumpke, but we need to do that. Earth Day initiative. Kids can be a part of it, parents, churches, businesses. When we keep things simple, people will show up for it. And it's about a neighborhood. It's about every side of Paris. It's about bringing people together instead of dividing them. And in a lot of ways, I see by the things that people are not together, but they are together on what they really want, and that's growth, and that's a better city. And when we do an Earth Day initiative, it cleans the city up. You can see the trees that have been planted in people's yards. You can see them down the streets, and it refreshes our air, and it makes things better. When we recycle things, it creates a better environment for everybody. So if we don't take care of the earth, we're not taking care of each other. So my Earth Day initiative is something that I'm really planning. I'm thinking about it, and I don't have all the plans together right now, but man, I think that it'd be a great thing to bring the whole community of Paris, Bourbon County together as a whole.
It seems like, and I own this, right? Because I haven't sought out the information like we talked about before, but it seems like it's been several years since I've seen any Earth Day initiative type things here in Paris.
Hallelujah.
So that's I feel like maybe way back when there was some stuff, but at the same time, I don't know that I see a whole lot. Do you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think so either. So that's pretty interesting.
It's on my mind.
Yeah.
It's on your mind too, huh?
It is. And it does bring people together.
It does.
Yeah. All right, man. We're at that point of the show to say we've covered everything. You brought up your topic there, but I also want to end the show the same way that we started the show.
Okay.
And that's to give you an open mic, an opportunity to speak to the voters and tell them why they need to think of you on Election Day. So with that,
all right,
Richard, take the closing comments, and then I'll close the show after you.
Yes, sir, my friend. Again, I want to thank you, Dave, and you, Stacy, for having me here. This has been a learning experience. It's been a great conversation. As we talked about last night, I'm just going to come out and talk to you.
Yeah.
Like we brothers, like we out in the back having an ice cold brewski.
That's right.
But yeah, again, I'm going to say this to the people of Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky. My name is Richard E. Dumphord, E for Eugene, and I am running this campaign to be your next mayor of Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky. I might repeat some things that I said earlier, but I'm going to repeat them again because I want to make sure that you heard them. And just in case you missed them the first time, I'll say them to you again. I really believe in what God has me doing here. I was born and raised in Paris, Kentucky. Born and raised and lived here all my life. After many years of service, I've been in the service industry I'm 60 now, and I've been in the service industry since I was 18, since I could work. I remember starting as a bus boy at Frisch's Big Boys and moving my way up into the head usher, not the head usher, hallelujah, but the head waiter, and then become assistant general manager. And then I remember leaving there and going into the hospitality industry, where I worked in forever until my wife let me know about a job at the VA hospital. I worked in hotels all my life and worked my way up from a bus boy all the way up to assistant general manager. And so I've managed people. I've managed businesses. I've managed establishments and made them successful. I think that as the head manager of the city, I know we have a city manager. I get that. But, I think that we can do better. I dedicate my life to serving people, and now I'm ready to serve the city that has raised me. I'm running for mayor because Paris deserves strong leadership that brings people together. And you heard me say it over and over. It brings, Paris deserves strength and the connection between our schools and community, and creates real opportunities for growth. This campaign is about unity, accountability, and building a future where every family in Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky, can thrive. I'm not a career politician. I'm a neighbor. I'm a servant. I'm someone who truly cares. Growing up on the west side of Bourbon County, Paris, Kentucky, I didn't just hear about environment issues. I lived them. You heard me talk about the Earth Day. And right next to the neighborhood I lived in was a city dump. We saw it. We smelled it. We lived with it every single day. Back then, we didn't have the power to change it. But what we did have was strength, pride, and a deep love for our community. That experience has shaped me. It's taught me that where you live should never determine how you're treated. It taught me that every family deserves clean air, a safe environment, and a community that we can be proud of. I know you want growth, Paris. I know you want the new direction. Here I am. I'm here to help you bring the growth. Here I am. I'm here to help you with that new direction. All my life, I believed in taking care of people and taking care of the place we call home. Whether it was helping clean up areas like Cedar Heights Cemetery, or walking down the streets and picking up cans and trash in our neighborhoods, we did it. Service has always been a part of who I am. So now I'm running for mayor because I believe Paris deserves a mayor like me, one who wants to protect the people, one who respects all neighborhoods and all people, one who wants to build a healthier, stronger future for everyone in our city. I come from the west side. I come from real life, and I'm ready to serve every side of Paris with the same heart, same commitment, and same belief that this city belongs to all of us. This city is our city. This city is our community. This city is ours to take care of or destroy. We have to work together. We have to make sure that we're doing everything to keep our children safe, that we're doing everything to keep our youth safe. We're doing everything to allow our elderly to live a nice, peaceful, and long life when they're in their retirement ages. We have to make sure that we're building connections with each other, every community on one accord, thinking about the same thing, growth for our city, and just a better tomorrow for Paris, Bourbon County, Kentucky. I know that we can do this. I know that we want change. I know that you want growth. I've talked to you, and I'll be out to talk to many more of you. And I know that we can do it. I know we can make Paris better for ourselves and our children and families. And not only that, for our neighbors. I know that other cities are growing. Well, it's time for us to start growing. It's time for us to start listening to the people and seeing what you want. We are stronger together. The power of the people is stronger than the people in power. Just because they have the power doesn't mean that they can lead you in the right direction. Because if they have the power and not listening to the people, then you're just giving your power away. Stop giving your power away. We are stronger together. We got to stand together. The power of the people is stronger than the people in power. We are stronger together. So vote for me in November. I need your votes. I can't do this without you. Thank you for your time.
I can't imagine a better way to close the show and close a voter series than that instead of closing comments. I think that was awesome.
How do they find you?
So how do they find you? How do these voters find you? How do they know?
How do they find me? I like playing hide and go seek. I got to get spots to hide. But listen, you find me on social media. I have a social media page, Richard Dumphord for Mayor. It's on the social media, on Facebook only. I haven't put it on any other sites, but I plan to do that as soon as I get my staff in the office to create other avenues. But right now, I have a Richard Dumphord for Mayor page on Facebook. Please come and join or ask to invite or ask to join my page and follow my page, because that's where I'll be doing most of my talking and most of my interviews and most of my videos. And I also have my own personal page, Richard Dumphord, on Facebook as well. It's a personal page, but I still post about the election and the campaign and things like that. So you can find me there as well. And my email, please email me. If you want to reach me by email, you got questions for me, you won't be able to reach me any other way, reach me at richarddumphord@gmail.com. richarddumphord@gmail.com. I'm open to talking to you and going back and forth with you to see what you need, because I might not be able to reach you any other way. So please reach out to me.
And we'll have links to Richard's mayor campaign page in the show notes, so you can link to that there. You should find him there. We'll have those there so you can get to him. Man, I'll say this as we listen to Destiny on our way out. That's right. Sincerely, I think that you are to be congratulated for putting your name in the hat, taking on this challenge to run for office.
Sir.
I applaud you because you said, man, I'm climbing the highest mountain.
That's right.
My first time out of the gate.
That's right.
Good for you, man.
Yes, sir.
I wish you absolutely the best.
Thank you, brother.
Regardless of how it turns out, you're to be applauded. It takes a lot of courage, all those things.
Yeah,
so from us, congratulations to you.
Thank you, brother.
And nothing but the best.
Thank you, brother.
With that, we'll close out another show. We'll say to everyone, we appreciate your likes, your shares, your downloads, and your listens. And I am appreciating this beautiful organ playing in the background.
Man.
And what a great way for us to close out this voter series. So to everyone, thank you so much. And we'll see you on the next show.